Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to another Arcane Odyssey video, and yes, I am yet again making a build video for mages. But before I begin, I just want to say, I hope you guys are all enjoying the Empires update. I think it's really good. I have no complaints. It's, you know, all the content that they added to the game, the islands, the building, just everything about clans, it's just amazing, man. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun this update. Mages this update, they just feel like a lot different, mostly because of all the mobility nerfs. The mobility nerfs kind of affects mages too, because they have no spells that can, you know, help their movement, because all their moves are just, you know, them standing still. But honestly, it's all good. At least the agility meta was, you know, thrown off a bit. Now, mages this update, they're good. They get nerfed pretty much every update now. It's kind of just becoming a tradition for new updates. The blast startup increased a little bit. Beam does like barely any damage anymore, but it's understandable too, because people were just, you know, abusing that. Like I said in my past videos, I really don't care about the mage nerfs. I just want it to be balanced, just like the rest of this game. I just want to have fun, you know. Now, as you guys can see, I am on my lightning mage. I haven't played on this build in a while. I barely played this build in 1.16. I was pretty much an acid mage main, because lightning last update, it was let's just say I didn't like it too much. It was too good. In lightning, it's still good this update, but it did get a slight speed nerf along with every other fast magic in the game. But I'll put a picture showing up like every magic's new speed. Another important thing I want to talk about in this update is how Mage has entered the meta again, but it's really just because of this one overpowered spell that they added called Cannon. Now, if you don't know what this is, you're pretty much sending a rocket of magic through walls, and it's kind of like, I don't know, it's pretty broken, but I'm gonna show you guys some videos of it from this guy, Alex. He's been using Earth Cannon, and he's been going absolutely crazy with it. Oh my god, I don't even know how you're supposed to beat the guy with it. But yeah, let me try to look for this video. Okay, so I managed to find at least one of them. But yeah, let's take a look at this. Yeah. Fair and balanced. Fair and balanced. Oh my god. Alright. But yeah. But at the time making this video, Cannon has been nerfed. Really not that sure if it's still good or not. It didn't, but looking at the patch notes, it doesn't look like it was nerfed that much. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments if Cannon is still, you know, at least a little bit viable. Starting off with this build video, I'm going to go into my gear. Now, luckily for mages, speed did get a slight buff. The speed efficiency formula increased from 40% to 45%. So, you know, I raised my speed a little bit with that, and now it's 29%. I'm pretty sure last update was like 23. But yeah, let me go into the gear. So the first piece of gear, we got Brisk Sunken Warrior Helmet with Candeliers on that, which increases your power and speed. I put energy regeneration on all of these. Next, we got the Powerful Sunken Warrior Chestplate and Candeliers on those as well. Atlantean Brisk Ravenna Apostle Pauldrons, which is Karina gear. Powerful Sunken Warrior Leggings. And last but not least, this is different than what I would usually do for my gear, but I managed to get this really good Blasted Brisk Power Amulet. My friend Fate actually gave me this amulet, and it's been really good for PvP. It's definitely increased my power, which is important. So yeah, this is my gear, but let's talk about what other mages are usually running these days. There's a lot of different options for mages, but a lot of people have been running less speed. I know this because I've been talking to other mages like Cloud. I'll put a screenshot of an example of what he runs, and that gives you a bit of an idea of like what speed mages are kind of running these days. There's also other mages who like to run a shit ton of speed, like 300 plus. I honestly, in my opinion, I don't think you really need that much. You're kind of just overdoing it. In this meta, you kind of need to invest into other stats like power and defense. But yeah, for me, this has been the most comfortable gear set so far. Now, something you're also going to notice this update is that my health decreased, and this is because in the Empires update, there's a lot of balancing changes, and one of the changes was that every single gear that gives off defense, it was decreased this has affected PvP to be more fast-paced. Like my first fight in this update, I was like, damn, this feels a lot more like quicker. Like honestly, I felt a lot more rushed. But yeah, you're gonna be noticing a lot of players in this update using lower health than usual. Maybe they'll be investing more into power. But yeah, that's just something to look out for in this update. Alright, now with that out of the way, let me get into my spell loadout for this update. Now for my primary magic lightning at Q, I have drill. So I use drill for faster magics because, you know, I don't really need to run bird or anything because, you know, the projectile speed is, you know, already pretty fast. Now I'm running 80% drill this update because what they did this update is that they made the sliders have more, you know, impact. So they buffed smaller projectiles like beam and blast. If you run like 70%, you'll actually see a difference with your damage instead of it just you know, being completely useless to make your attack smaller. But yeah, now they actually made smaller projectiles rewarding. And it seems like this update they made your projectiles bigger, blast projectiles bigger, and they also increased the attack size scaling. But yeah, that is why I'm running 80% drill, and it does a good amount of damage. I'd say it does like 290 at base. Now at E we have beam, and I'm just running, and I'll explain why I'm only running, you know, 90% and not anything smaller than that. Yeah, I'm not running double beam anymore. That is like, it's way too clunky, it's too slow, it's just too much end lag. I really just can't use it anymore. And it has a smaller beam rate cast, so yeah. I only decreased the size to 90% for beam because, you know, it's just a slight bit extra damage, but something to know about lightning's beam rate cast, it's just bad. Like if you just use lightning, you'll know what I mean. Like other beams like plasma or anything liquid based or shadow, glass beam has a good rate cast, but yeah, lightning's beam, it just feels weird and awkward compared to those other magics. Now for R, I have javelin, and I'm still just using one for duration. Still using lance, and yeah, nothing has really changed as per usual. I'm not really aware of any javelin nerfs. This feels the same this update, but yeah, one duration is definitely the best, and shape I guess is your preference, but I like lance. And you'll also notice a lot of other mages use lance as well. For V, I have leap. Now I've gone back to 2 leap because I just feel like it's better for mobility this update. I've gotten more comfortable with it, and I just feel like it's you know, a lot better. I use upwards, but I've seen a lot of, you know, mages update, or recently I've seen a lot of mages use like forwards. Honestly, it's kind of smart, to be honest, because it kind of throws off your aim a little bit. I fought, you know, at least one, I think it was Doge Warrior, who uses forward leap. Yeah, again, it's just your preference, but yeah, I'm using double leap because I just feel like it's less predictable as well. Now for V, I have my aura, and I've switched to power aura because, you know, the speed got buffed, and I just don't feel like I need that speed aura anymore, so I'm just running power aura. Now for C, I'm just still running my ultimate art blast, and I'm just running one drill, picking drill because, you know, it does that extra damage. Now for Z, I'm just using pulsar, still using pulse rate of 0.25. I've increased the size of my pulsar a little bit to 130% because 100, your pulsar is really small with you know, any magic that's like just one size. But yeah, let's go into my water magic now. Now for Q, I'm just running blast. I don't really use the spell, but maybe when where mages are able to get shapes for the second magic, I'll probably start using it more. Now here's a very important spell. So for water magic, for E, I have beam. I use one beam, and I decrease the size to 70% because unlike lightning, water is pretty big. So you can get away with running smaller beams with bigger size magics. I'd say the bigger magics have an advantage with that. They'll just do more damage in general. But yeah, this beam actually does more damage than my lightning beam. That's why you're probably going to see me in PvP use this a lot more. And plus, you know, the synergy is important with lightning too. F, I just have, you know, my air stall leap, which is just 5. But yeah, this just helps me stay in the air longer, and I'd say it's, you know, it's just pretty good for PvP. Now my last spell is my water snare. I just use one hit. There's no point of running more, in my opinion, but I'd say just use 100% because the snare startup got nerfed this update, and it's been a lot harder to hit snares this update. That's what I've noticed. But yeah, that's about it. So that is it for my magic loadout. Now, last but not least, let's get into the best mage magics. So I'd say the best mage magics this update is probably, I'd say Shadow's up there, but also I just think stun mages are just kind of fell out of the meta a little bit. Stuns aren't really that important anymore, and I think DOT mages are just a lot more viable. And DOT mages, if you guys don't know, that's a damage over time magics, like fire, glass, acid, poison, plasma, anything that does damage over time. I just think those are way better than stun mages now. For example, my acid mage, every time I use my acid mage in PvP, I just do a lot better with it. But yeah, that can also be due to my playstyle as well. I like playing passive. But yeah, if you want to be doing good with Mage's update, I definitely recommend using a damage over time magic. Definitely try out Fire Mage. The Fire Mage visuals look amazing. But yeah, I definitely recommend Shadow Magic for beginners because it's just super easy to use. I was definitely thinking about switching the Shadow Mage to, you know, keep up in PvP, but I've kind of been, you know, undecided. So let me know what you guys think I should do. Glass Mage is very good. Acid Mage is underrated. I don't see a lot of Acid Mages, but I feel like you guys should definitely give Acid Mage a try if you're looking for something unique. I don't know too much about Poison Mage, but I know the DOT, it just makes it very, very, you know, effective. If you like playing passive, definitely try Poison. I'd still say Snow Mage is very good too because of its damage output. You can put snow and water together and they create a double synergy. Snow increases water's damage and water increases snow's damage along with that stun. So I think Snow Mage is also very good for mages. Okay, so now with the build video being done with, I'm now gonna be playing a few clips now of, you know, my mage gameplay this update. And yeah, again, I hope this video helped, and yeah, enjoy the clips.